Hello everybody, hello friends, it's Jack from Cultaholic.com here with another big news update. We have news regarding, a sort of a rumour killer regarding Kevin Owens and his whole interesting situation. We also have news regarding big Shawnee M, Shawn Michaels, and his potential role in a huge upcoming match. And finally, we have some very interesting news coming officially from WWE regarding Velveteen Dream making an appearance on one of the indies. Oh, very exciting collection of news today. Let's get straight into it. First and foremost, Dave Meltzer has put out a rumour killer. It was widely sort of reported in the past couple of days that Kevin Owens is going to return from his weird sort of hiatus where he quit on Monday Night Raw after losing to Seth Rollins. He's going to return alongside Paul Heyman as the new Paul Heyman guy. Now this would admittedly make a lot of sense because obviously Brock Lesnar lost the Universal Championship to Roman Reigns and is pretty much guaranteed to be heading off to UFC for that fight with Daniel Cormier at some point down the line. But that would leave obviously Paul Heyman without a client, and who better than Kevin Owens, I guess, to fill in, for Brock Lesnar to step into those shoes. At the same time, I can kind of see why this would be a bad idea because Heyman works best when he's a mouthpiece for someone who's imposing but can't really talk as well themselves, whereas Kevin Owens is one of the best promo guys in the entire wrestling world. Now Meltzer has come out and said basically these rumours are just pure speculation. A lot of people feel that it makes sense because, Heyman's left without a client at the exact same time as Owens has apparently quit and seems to be set to somehow change his entire standing in WWE. So it would make sense, and I totally see where these rumours have come from, but apparently, according to Meltzer and whatever sources he gleans information from, there is no credence to these rumours at all, and the two sort of storylines are unconnected. But still, I'm very interested to see what they do, particularly with Kevin Owens, because I think Heyman's great, but we don't need to see him every week. He's not a wrestler, but he can pop up wherever and really enhance a particular show or a particular feud or a particular wrestler, and that's great. But as I said, Kevin Owens is already an excellent promo guy, and I don't think he really needs Heyman next to him to really maximise his potential. In fact, I think it would actually reduce him slightly, having to share the mic with somebody else. Also interested to see what Owens does, because this whole quitting angle has been kind of done before with Kevin Owens when he and Zayn were sent home from the UK tour and everything went a bit weird when they were fired from SmackDown by Shane McMahon and no one could really tell what was a work, what was a shoot. But this also happened at Ring of Honor where Owens left Ring of Honor, his name was blanked out on the website and everything, he was feuding with Jim Cornette, he would crash shows unannounced, security would try desperately to get him out, and it was very compelling. So we'll see what happens with Kevin Owens and Paul Heyman as well in the future. But now moving on to that story about Shawn Michaels, which comes via SE Scoops. Now SE Scoops have reported that Shawn Michaels is set to appear on Monday Night Raw to help hype the big upcoming match between Triple H and The Undertaker at WWE's Super Showdown in Melbourne, Australia. Now, word on the street is that Shawn Michaels isn't just appearing to hype this match and then sort of disappear back behind the scenes. He is actually set to become the special guest referee for that match in Australia between Triple H and Undertaker, and it wouldn't be the first time Shawn Michaels has been an interesting special guest referee in a match between those two. Remember WrestleMania 28, the end of an era Hell in a Cell match where Michaels was the special guest referee and almost ended the Undertaker's streak, super kicking him into a pedigree from Triple H, and then Taker obviously kicked out at 2, maybe the best near fall of his entire undefeated WrestleMania streak. Again, if Shawn Michaels shows up in Australia, I think it would potentially make Undertaker's chances of winning the match a little bit less certain. A lot of people have been predicting that Taker's going to win that match, send the crowd home happy and everything, because he is always going to be the babyface against Triple H, but at the same time, with Shawn Michaels there, he could obviously maybe screw Undertaker or do something a little bit devious, a little bit DX related, suck it, click forever, to help Triple H win. At the same time, this could even be a bait and switch booking decision if it's true, putting Shawn Michaels in as special guest referee to make everyone think, well, he's obviously going to help Triple H win, and then Undertaker manages to overcome the odds, like a big goth John Cena. And finally, WWE themselves have announced something that personally I cannot wait for. The Velveteen Dream, DREAM, maybe the most potential-filled, potential-soaked wrestler in all of WWE, not just NXT, is set to wrestle 2 matches in Evolve, like WWE's sort of closely affiliated indie in North America. He's going to wrestle 2 matches at Evolve 112 and 113. Both shows, I think, are on the east coast of the States. I think the first one's in Maryland and the second one's in New York, I think. And his 2 opponents have been confirmed as well, and they're very interesting. So on the first night, Dream is going to wrestle Austin Theory, a big up-and-coming heel on the independent wrestling scene. He's got great charisma, great in-ring skills, great all-rounder, but it's the second night that personally interests me more. On night 2, at Evolve 113, Velveteen Dream is set to face Darby Allin, one of my favourite two of my favourite up-and-coming wrestlers today. Dream versus Allin is almost like a match that I would have booked myself if I was going to put out a Dream match out there. I think it's going to be wonderful. Again, like Velveteen Dream, Darby Allin has so much charisma and so much presence. He's a smaller guy, quite small for a wrestler especially, but he's kind of like the cool, interesting, enigmatic emo kid. A bit like Raven, but a smaller, flippier version. A bit like a cross between Raven and then someone who does death-defying stuff like Jeff Hardy. He's wonderful, has a great dark charisma, and should match up very well with the more overt, more flamboyant Velveteen Dream. In a wider sense, this is also very interesting because it's showing WWE's continued interest in helping evolve, benefit from their talent, essentially. They've done it with some promotions in the UK as well. They've occasionally lent wrestlers to like ICW or Progress to sort of give back to the UK independent scene, and it's very cool to see them doing it for Evolve as well. So that is all of the news. Thank you very much for watching. My name has been Jack from Cultaholic.com. You can find me on Twitter at JackTheJobber. You can find our general Twitter account at Cultaholic and our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And never forget, obviously, to hit subscribe and to join us.
Hello, I'm Adam Pachisi from Cultaholic.com, and as you may be aware, we beat the Wrestle Twats in our SummerSlam predictions contest. As you may also be aware, this means that all three members of the Wrestle Talk team have to perform a live lip-sync concert at the Wrestling MediaCon in Manchester. I can't wait.
On top of the Cultaholic vs Wrestle Talk live show, there's also live wrestling from Impact, Rev Pro, NJPW and Defiant, as well as live panels involving the likes of Dave Meltzer, Colt Cabana, Sean Walton and a whole range of incredible guests.
Tickets are available now from WrestlingMediaCon.com. Ollie Davis, I hate you.